So today we've got some special guests in the studio, some new faces here on Shell Point TV, and we've got Sarah Nadal and Wendy Iverson. These two are from the Marketing and Communications Department, and we're going to be talking a little bit about Shell Point Life magazine. And of course, we also have Michelle Tompkins, who's going to be talking a little bit about what's going on here at Shell Point today. So why don't we start with you, Michelle? Tell us about some of the things that are planned for today and possibly later this week.
Okay, well, happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
That's right,
Happy
it's Valentine's Day. How can I forget?
I know, I hope you have a great night planned. Some fun stuff going on.
Well, I have to be honest, I do have a Valentine's Day story. So I was at Publix, and my husband sells lumber. And I saw a Valentine card. I was looking for a Valentine card for him, and I saw this card, and it's made out of a piece of wood. And it was very elegant and all of this. And so I read the inscription on the back of the package of what it said inside. It was very meaningful. And so I took it up to the counter to pay, along with our ice cream that I was purchasing. And she rang it up, and it was $7.99. And I went, $7.99? I was like, I can't spend $8 on a card. So I said, oh, here. I said, I'm going to have to put that back. And she goes, oh, no problem. And then I said, but wait, let me take a picture of it first. So I took a picture of the front and a picture of the back. And I went home and I went, honey, I got you a Valentine card. And I showed it to him and told him how much I love him. And then I said, feel free to email me a picture of some flowers later on today. So that's how things have gotten at our house.
Was that your phone? I just hear a text up right now.
Exactly.
Might be getting your flowers.
And they're beautiful. So anyway, that's Valentine's. But yeah, you know how you're trying to be frugal and appropriate, but I was thinking, oh, a wooden card, that's so appropriate for my husband.
And it lives forever.
And it would live forever at the Hallmark rack at Publix, unfortunately.
I might have to steal that idea from you.
Yeah, I hope everybody out there has fun Valentine plans as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, here are some people that I love. A couple of people that I've worked with for many years here at Shell Point. And we wanted to talk a little bit about the magazine today. But obviously, the magazine conveys information about life at Shell Point. So we had started off, before I got down that long-winded Valentine trail, we started off with you telling us a little bit about what's going on today.
Well, we have Art from the Heart. Speaking of Valentines and hearts, Art from the Heart, that's going to be tomorrow. And it's for all the crafty people out there and non-crafty people. Amy Genslinger is going to be here to bring all of her fun stuff, her sparkles, her glitter, glue, you name it, cutouts, so you can make a really neat motivational piece, a big picture frame. Everyone's welcome, but you need to sign up. That's going to be really cool going on in the Sable Room.
Now, are you going to go participate in this event?
I don't think I'm the one
No?
to type to participate. I'm
that's
not
too
crafty. I was not an artsy person, but
Oh,
that's
well, I know
okay.
there will be a lot of people who are. But the thing about those, though, it's so great is you really actually don't have to be an artist.
True.
I mean, obviously we have wonderful art programs here, but that's the kind of program where you get to go and she's got all of the supplies.
Yes.
And she shows you how to do it.
Well, and you know why that's nice, Lynn? The most untouched drawer in my house is the craft drawer. I have all the supplies, but do I ever sit down and do it? I don't. I would love to gather with a group of people and just work on things socially.
Well, and plus you get to chit-chat, which I think is a lot of fun, too. So there's one other thing I think going on that you probably want to remind people about, joint replacement. I know we've been talking about that a lot, but I think there are a lot of folks who are still very interested to hear what does the doctor have to say?
Dr. Harmon will be here as a follow-up from the nurse navigators from Lee Health we had last week. And joint replacement, whether it be the hip, the knee, shoulder, always an item of discussion here at Shell Point in our community, because most of us know somebody who has had a hip replacement or some sort of replacement. Dr. Harmon's going to discuss minimally invasive techniques and just the different techniques that are out right now and what you go through.
And that presentation is part of a program or?
It's part of Health Connection, and he's, like I said, going to follow up from his nursing team that was here last week, and that's 1:30 in the Oak Room on Thursday.
Great, great. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the magazine. I thought that this might be interesting to our residents who get the magazine every month, but maybe they don't really know what all goes into creating the magazine, and so I thought that maybe we could share just a little bit about it. Why don't we start, Sarah, with you? Tell us a little bit about the procurement process. How do we create content, and where does it come from?
Sure. Well, it comes from two different places. First, we have about 20 to 25 monthly contributors, and so we always start by having a communications meeting where we all gather and find out what are the places to go, things to do, people to see. We gather all of that, we put it into the magazine, and then we fill the remaining space with resident faces, stories about our residents. And I have to tell you, everybody has a story, and it is such a treat to be able to tell.
So once we get the content, and that's all written and it's been processed and all of that, it goes to our senior graphic designer, Wendy, and Wendy is the one who actually makes everything look good. So tell us a little bit about the process. How long does it take, and what steps do you use?
Well, putting Showpoint Life together is kind of like doing a puzzle in a way where all your puzzlers out there know that you start with the outside pieces and the corner pieces, and then you kind of fill it in from the outside in, and that's kind of what we do with Showpoint Life. We have some monthly columns, you could say, that are that we expect each month and that we treat in a certain way, and then we have some movable parts where those might be a story about a particular resident or a particular activity recap or a trip that has happened. And so those are the ones that through the design process we determine, is that going to be 2 pages or 3 pages or maybe 4 pages. Sometimes when we're doing photography to support one of the articles that we're trying to visualize, we are surprised and delighted with the amazing photography that we get back. And so sometimes that also plays into how we're telling the story visually. So in the marketing office, we have a creative team of people that really pitch in every month to help with the different aspects of each magazine. And because it is a monthly publication, that's what we're always working with, in a couple of weeks turnaround time to allow a printer time to actually put ink on paper and turn it into a finished magazine piece.
And it's pretty amazing because somehow all that happens in a month and it still manages to come out before the 1st, which is just a firm deadline that we always want to adhere to. But I think that we'll be spending some more time in the next few months telling stories about how the magazine comes about, maybe highlighting some of the features in the magazine. But right now we're going to go to a feature called Show Me Some Love, and it's the perfect segment for Valentine's Day, where we're going to see how residents share their love for others and how they help here at the community. So have a great Valentine's Day and enjoy this next segment.